We started with how our type of chiropractic is different, and I talked a little bit about our system, the process. There's two other areas we have to talk about. One is the technique. I use a technique called Pierce-Stillwagon that encompasses the Pierce technique, Thompson Drop, and also Logan Basic, and I'm an expert in the upper cervical area. These are specific techniques, so there is no random adjustments. I can't even say the word pop or crack. I can't. Those words are illegal in this office. You're not allowed to say it, and I'll discuss that in just a minute. So our technique is very specific when we do our chiropractic adjustment. That is such a huge difference. Now, what makes me a little bit unique from the other doctors, I was lucky enough to learn under Dr. Pierce. Dr. Pierce was a friend of mine until he passed away. To learn under Glenn Stillwagon. I went to school with Dr. Stillwagon's son. To learn under Larry Webster, the doctor that invented pediatric chiropractic. He was in my office 2 or 3 times. I still have handwritten notes on how to do the Webster Breech Technique from Dr. Webster hanging at table 1. I was lucky enough to know the man that invented these table drops, J.K. Thompson. He was one of my teachers, one of my friends, one of my teachers. And those old timers, they were very rough around the edges, but I got a solid education in the system that we use, and that's why I'm so committed to the system that I use. So I didn't just learn this at a weekend seminar, and I don't use my technique. The last reason I use my technique is marketing purposes. I get so upset. I'll see people advertising, well, we don't twist necks or something. No. I do the system I use. It's best for the patient. And here's one thing I've learned. Patients will always go to the doctor that cares the most about them and does what's right for them. Now, the third area that my office, our technique is different is philosophically. So I want you to think about how your body heals for just a second. So our belief is that God put an amazing ability inside of your body to heal itself. So your brain sends the messages down the spinal cord out into every cell and every part of your body. That's what we believe in, and we believe the body can heal itself. Versus, now follow me for a second, say for instance you have a problem, this is just an example, a make-believe example, you have a problem coming into your arm, versus taking a medicine just to kill the pain in this arm. And if you have a pinched nerve right here, the medicine's never going to fix that. You may feel better, or getting an electric modality, it will never correct the cause of the problem. So that type of philosophy of just treating the pain is different than what we believe in. We have a strong belief that your body can heal itself. I have one example or like a safety pin I'd like to use to explain this just in a little more detail. I want you to think of this safety pin. Just think of this for just a second. This is your brain. Let's imagine this is your brain, and this is the part of your body. Say you have hand numbness, or you have a headache, or you have numbness down the back of your leg. So the brain sends the messages into your body, to the cell of your body, so your body can heal. And then the body communicates back up to the brain. Isn't that true? So, oh man, I'm hungry. Your stomach cells say, I'm hungry, and the brain says, okay, let's go get something to eat. So when you have interference, that's when the vertebrae physically shift out of alignment. And I have a video for that. You have interference, it interrupts that flow. So the brain is not communicating 100% to the body. And my philosophy is, my belief is, my passion is, I've seen it for almost 40 years every day. When we go ahead and connect that and we get rid of the interference, we get the body healing, we get the nerves flowing, the bodies heal. I've got to tell you about one case. Just a few months ago, this wonderful, wonderful woman, her brother told me she had a baby, so she had a baby. That her brother came in and said, Dr. John, my sister's in a wheelchair since she had the baby. She's in such severe pain, the doctors don't know what to do. I said, well, we'll take a look at her, have her come in, and we'll see if we can take action. He said, you don't understand, she can't stand up. My mother's taking care of her. So a month passes, I don't hear from her. A few weeks later, he calls me again. He said, can you please see my sister? She's been to orthopedics, she's been to neurologists, she's been to her medical doctor. They just don't know what to do, and she's stuck in this wheelchair. So 6 weeks, she's been living in a wheelchair. Her mom getting her in bed, taking her out of bed, and she has a newborn baby. Her mother wheels her into the office. My x-ray, who you'll meet in just a minute, Laura, she takes x-rays. They have people holding her up because she can't stand up. We take the x-rays, and they take her to a table. I analyze the x-ray. I do the process that I just talked about, and I see that her pelvis during the birthing process, a hormone called relaxin is released, and when she had the baby, her pelvic shifted almost 1.5 inches. That's substantial. I put her on that table, and I adjusted her, and then I adjusted her, and within 3 minutes, she got off that table and is able to walk. And it's one of those moments you'll never forget. And let me tell you something. People say, why don't you advertise? I ain't got to. I think she got everyone in America coming in here now. But since that adjustment on that table, she's been out of that wheelchair. She's nursing her baby. She's a strong mother, and it's been spectacular. And let me tell you something. If what I did for her can in any way help you, I'd love to try to help you.